Welcome, everybody, to Worst Movie Ever. Today, I'm here with my co-host, Marcus.
Shalom.
We're going to be talking about Mad Max, Road of the Furries.
I don't appreciate that.
Initial reaction to Mad Max Fury Road.
I love this movie. It's
You've
fantastic.
seen it before. I'd never seen it before this one.
So what did you think?
I thought it was good. Very good, actually. I would even say very good.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's a lot of, this movie is incredible. It's phenomenal. It's incredible. It changes best action movie of the 2010s. I don't feel that strongly towards it, but I would still put,
What are your issues with it?
I just don't think the back third is as strong as the rest of the movie.
You don't like the guitarist part?
No, I like the
swinging off that.
No, I thought it was a great payoff that he was actually in the action at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great payoff, but we have to talk about Tom Hardy.
I know you're in love with Tom Hardy.
I didn't know Tom Hardy was in this.
Does a great job. He replaces a person who probably
shouldn't
be acting anymore.
Somehow is making Santa Claus movies. But
somehow making buddy dramas with Mark Wahlberg, who also maybe shouldn't act.
Apparently they were fighting with the director, George Miller, the entire time. Because he was like...
Probably fucking hot. I'd fight with the director,
they were in...
I want more breaks, more water.
They were in Nambia the entire time.
Yeah.
Well, because they were going to shoot it in 2001 with Mel Gibson. It was ready to go.
Gross.
They built the cars in Africa and were just waiting on flying the directors out and the actors out and everything. They were ready to go. Politics stuff that happened that I don't want to get too into, but Iraq War and the dollar crashed.
Yeah.
The dollar crashed and they were like, all right, let's delay it. So they delayed it a few years. All right, this might be possible again.
But Mel Gibson's a piece of shit.
But Mel Gibson. And then Mel Gibson did that, and then they delayed it another 3 years, and it just kept kicking it back. And
Got it.
Eventually, they said, all right, let's just do it in Australia. Tom Hardy's there. They've cast everybody. They're ready to go. A once-in-a-century storm hits Australia, and it turns this barren wasteland that they were going to use into pure greenery. It's green from... the entire area they're going to use is just light green. And Warner Brothers called up the director, George Miller, and said, hey, are you guys going to make this or not? And he's like, no, I can't. So they delayed it a few more years. And eventually they got it to Africa and so-and-so happened. And
that explains why it's so good. Like, the production quality... They've been waiting so long just to get this out.
The idea...
They really blue-balled them for this entire time.
Well, one of my notes for this is it's just the movie Speed, but in Apache Junction.
Like, there's any point where they said, like, this bus is going to explode if it stopped. That was Speed, right? With Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, okay.
Exploding bus, Keanu
That's
Reeves.
the one.
That's all you need. Probably my biggest problem with the movie.
Uh-huh.
Tom Hardy's barely in it, and he's Max.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no Mad Max in Mad Max.
It's called Fury Road. It's about Furiosa.
Which...
She's the titular character, and she's amazing.
She was phenomenal. She was incredible. It's not what it said on the tin. It's not.
Mad Max is the name of the franchise, and he was there.
Yeah, he was in it, but he was...
And no one knew his name till the end.
Watching it didn't make me want to watch 5 more. You know what I mean?
I would watch 5 more.
I'd watch... It's a lot.
Mad Max is supposed to be like a, look at you pathetic thing in the desert. It beats the fuck out of you and makes you feel small.
The bad guy is just Skeletor in a sleep apnea mask.
I don't think he's got that. I don't think he's as funny as Skeletor.
I think he's good. He's all right. He's whatever.
Yeah.
He gets like 4 or 5 lines in the movie. And
it's mostly mediocre.
Well, apparently the idea of the movie was he wanted someone in Japan that doesn't speak English. This is a Hitchcock quote, but he said he wants someone in Japan that doesn't speak English to understand the entire thing without subtitles. He wants you to be able to pick up everything visually.
Mean because there's so much, like, there's so many words that don't make sense in our regular language?
Yeah, and it's just he wanted this to be a purely visual. He wanted it black and white, but the studio pushed back on it.
Yeah, I think it looks way better in, like, the stark colors that it is.
Yeah, it definitely works out, but...
I can understand what he means. Like, it would be a pretty good silent film.
Yeah, that's what he was kind of going for. Like, because he said his inspiration was a duo. I can't remember. I didn't write that on the name, but there was a duo that did comedy before movies had sound, and he always found them hilarious. And he wanted to use their physical, like, tell the story.
Would have been a pretty good silent film.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I do like how they use language in this because they like. They take a lot of terms that don't make sense and they try to make them make sense. Like people have forgotten what they mean in this post-apocalyptic future.
Yeah.
Like the one redhead, she goes, "This might be your manifest destiny." That doesn't make fucking sense. But I understand what that's evolved to mean in that word.
Valhalla! Yeah. The gates of Valhalla.
I'm awaited.
Oh, that's another thing with the bad guy.
You didn't like the War Boys?
No, they were good. They were good.
Yeah.
Immortan Joe. Well, what?
What?
That's his name. His name is Joe.
Yeah.
Look at him. His name is Joe.
I told you you'd love it.
It reminded me of something that, like...
It's like a parody. The whole movie's a parody.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And you can tell he's a comic book writer.
You can tell that he used to like wacky races and that he likes comic books.
And it's the scene where she finds out, oh, her home isn't really green anymore.
Yeah.
And she like drops her knees. First of all, excellent acting.
Yeah.
But it hit me
The score, amazing.
Yes, very good. But it was very 70s sci-fi where like the bad guy loses at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I feel like that's where he ended the movie, and someone said, "You gotta
be
something."
another act."
Yeah. Apparently, they shot 470 hours of footage. Didn't do the Citadel stuff at the beginning or the end. Just racing in the desert. That was it.
Makes sense. You would need a lot of that stuff.
And they were going to use the extra footage to do a release another movie, but it's not going to happen.
I would love to believe that it was an unrelated movie. Like they're just going to recycle that footage into the next Fast and Furious. Save the studio a bit of money.
I have alternate casting that he wanted. You ready? For Max, he originally wanted Heath Ledger and then Jeremy Renner. I mean, out of Jeremy Renner or
I could see
Tom
that as
Hardy.
good casting. Jeremy Renner is a decent actor. I don't think he plays the strong silent type as well as Tom Hardy would.
Yeah, exactly. This all grunts and heavy breathing of a performance.
He's a better speaking role actor.
Well, Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron, they were fighting with the director the entire time. He's like, all right, we're going to shoot this part right here. Because of, all the disasters I said.
Sure.
When they were actually shooting, they had to do 3 months of work, or I think it was like a year's worth of work in 7 months. So it was like, we got to go. And they're like, can we say the whole sentence instead of one word at a time and you edit it all together? And like, there was a lot of fighting and...
Well, that's how normal acting does. Is no matter the angle, you say your whole line.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then they cut what they need.
Apparently, they were doing it the other way around. He was like, okay, and we're doing, for example, we're doing just stuff that said inside of cars today for the next 6 months. And he's like, but, can someone read this line to me? And it was, I think, understandable frustration. But Tom Hardy got up at the premiere and gave this huge speech about...
How frustrating it was?
Yeah, he apologized. He was like, I am so sorry. He goes, I was wrong. I couldn't see your vision. I gotta admit, I couldn't see your vision at all. Which that's
a nice guy's way of saying, like, you're batshit fucking crazy. This shouldn't have worked.
Well, yeah, that pretty much that was it. It was saying, oh, like, I couldn't see this. And your vision, and in the script, apparently, there was a little comic book that he got the guy that wrote Judge Dredd to write, or that illustrated Judge Dredd to come in and write. So Tom Hardy knew exactly what to do, the exact facial expression to give, and he didn't like that. He wanted to, let his character flow like actors do, apparently. And that's where they ended up fighting, and he got up and apologized. And I don't think he would have came back for alternate movies if he hadn't got up and apologized.
Or alternatively, he'd already signed for those other movies, and he was hoping it wouldn't be awkward if he apologized.
Maybe. Oh, and the original Furiosa was Gal Gadot, which I think is pretty good.
No.
It works out. They made the right call. But
yeah, I don't know. Charlize Theron is an amazing actress. I've never seen Gal Gadot in an impressive performance.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like
I liked Wonder Woman. I think she did Wonder Woman justice. But all you have to do is not curse and then be a woman, and then you're Wonder Woman, right?
I did.
Yeah, I think Charlize Theron is up there with one of probably my favorite actresses. So
she was in The Italian Job. That's the one I know her from the most. Yeah, the one where it's like she's like this super safe hacker, and when she's hacking the safe, it goes clunk, and she's like, "I got it," and I'm like, "Well, I could have done that."
I've never seen The Italian Job.
What? You never seen it?
No. There's a couple movies that when I took a cinematography class I was told to watch and just never watched, like Taxi Driver, The Italian Job, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I've just never seen some of these iconic films.
Well, maybe we should do like a Does It Hold Up series.
Probably.
And watch iconic
I
films.
imagine I'll be pretty critical, unlike how I normally am with films.
yeah, usually, you can tell by our Skyfall review, you're usually pretty passive.
I'm normally pretty forgiving.
20 minutes of going off on Silva's plan in Skyfall.
You're just mad because of the editing.
That was a nightmare to edit. That was a nightmare to edit. The original script for Mad Max, instead of water drought, it was a potato famine. And he had a whole bunch of potatoes, which I thought would...
So it was an Irish crosswalk that he got the idea on. That makes sense.
Best action movie of the 2010s? We'll end it with this. Best
2015, absolutely. Yes.
What else came out in 2015?
At least 4 MCU movies.
Well,
if
yeah,
memory
Age of
serves.
Ultron. I would probably put about Age of Ultron, but I would say maybe Mission Impossible: Fallout, The Nice Guys, Baby Driver, Kingsman.
So in 2015, there was Age of Ultron, Chappie, Fantastic Four, Spectre coming all the way back.
So
around.
far by these, this is the
Ant-Man.
greatest movie of all time. Yeah. Okay, we'll give it Best Action Movie of 2015. Well, that's why it won all those Oscars. Best movie ever or worst movie ever?
Best movie ever.
Best movie ever.
Thumb up.
Agree. We'll give it 2 thumbs up out of 2 thumbs up.
2 very dry thumbs up. No wet thumbs down.
Don't get addicted to water.
As a sidebar, those people in like the swamp area who were just walking on sticks, what the
Yeah,
fuck were they
I
doing?
I would watch a whole movie about just that.
Like I love
I was furious.
I love the
it.
aesthetic, but like, what the fuck are they up to? What's their culture like?
That was my biggest frustration. I remember watching this thing. Oh, no, this is looking good. This is learning more, but
It was like a mile stretch of just these like decrepit old people on stilts.
all right, everybody. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. We will talk to you next week. Here is a hint for the next movie we're watching.
Where's safe? Where's familiar? Where can I smoke? Take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy! It is vital that you stay in your homes, make no attempt to reach loved ones, and avoid all physical contact with the assailants.
You believe everything you hear on TV?
These instructions.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.